opening up and primarily starting to get mobility through the thoracic part of our spine, get our diaphragm unstuck if it's a bit stuck and we tend to be chest breathing. Super, super important that we move to good full diaphragmatic breathing so that we can use down here, and the lower lobes of the back of our lungs where we have most of our lung capacity. So let's have your strap nearby, feet nice and wide. Just give your feet a little jig from side to side. So if we have tight, scrunched feet from wearing shoes all the time, if we're collapsing through the arches, it does have a knock-on effect up through the chain. So look down at your feet, spread out your toes, make nice big fat hobbit feet, drop down into your goddess stance, and we want to have our behind us. So just making sure that there's none of this going on, knees aren't collapsing in, bottom is behind you, and nice and tall through the torso. Weights in the heels. So if you find that your weight is in your toes, you know you're just going to be doing your knees in. So we want to push the weight into our heels. And let's take a deep breath, down and up. Spread the hands, sorry my hands are disappearing, and then down again. Pushing the floor away as you come up, so you kind of spring upwards as you push the floor away, and spread those ribs out to the side, fan your ribs. Imagine you're breathing from your pelvis right up towards your armpits. Nice deep breath in, so we get some oxygen flow around the body. Breath in. For these first few, just sigh your breath out, loosen your lower jaw. And stay down in your goddess stance and up and over. Drop your shoulder down away from your ears. See if you can pull your rib cage away from your pelvis, lengthening out that side waist. Draw the shoulder away from the ear, those who are not squashing. We have got space here. Sighing that breath out. And then stay drop down. Up with the other hand, stretch the ribs, pause, stretch the ribs a bit more, pause, breathe in again, see if you can take that lateral stretch a little bit further. Fabulous. Slowly coming down, push the whole body over to the side, stretching to your toes. Down, other side, big breath in, lengthen. Down. Turn your toes in a little bit, just release the shoulders, hands like so. Drop one shoulder, look over the other shoulder. Breathe into the center and then sigh the breath out. Good. So we want to try and get that squeezy twist right into where the bra strap is. And if it feels comfortable on the neck, gently turning to look up towards the ceiling. Try to keep your knees wide, so don't let your knee drop in. We're not doing that. We're just opening the inner thighs as we drop the shoulders. Lovely. Come back into your center. We want to lift the tail, spread those sitting bones, slightly turn in with your toes. That's going to help us to lengthen between the sitting bones, get into the pelvic floor. So stretch upwards, breathe in here, and then draw the sitting bones towards each other slightly as you tuck and round through your back. So breathe in and then breathe out. And as you breathe out, see if you can start from the pelvis, scoop through the lower belly, and then round right up to the crown of the head. And then as you breathe in, it's the tail that comes in, and then you start to open the chest. The breath is pulled in by the action. The breath is pushed out by the action. Breathing in, breathing out. Good. So we're mobilizing, especially around that mid-back area. Obviously, still we're opening up the pelvic floor, releasing tension, and then we're contracting not just through the pelvic floor, but right up through the pelvic bowl to our deep core muscles. This is a good warm-up. And then leave your bum behind you. Give your tail a swish from side to side. So just imagine you've got your big fat tail. Mine is a snow leopard tail. And I'm swishing it and showing it off and swishing it more and more and more. Hey, Caroline. And then you want to take it right over like you are inline skating. Whew. You can do the Inline skating arms. So we are starting to open up the back line of the body now, and you can probably feel it in your inner thighs slightly. Like that, or you're ice skating. Beautiful. And then pause and pull those toes back. Keep this knee bang on top of your ankle here. So try not to let it drop in. Pull those toes back, spread your toes, and then squeeze your toes, and then spread them, and then squeeze them, spread them. I do this just to get the sole of the foot nice and active. Rub the inner thighs. So these muscles, these adductors, go right up into your pelvic floor. And then these guys are tight. And for many women they are. We tend to start having tension patterns in the pelvic floor as well. So lifting sitting bones, stretching inner thigh, and breathing. And then swish your big tail back and forth, show it off. Switch to the other side, pull these toes back. Again, we're going to squeeze the toes and then pull the toes back, squeeze the toes, pull them back. So one more time on the side, squeeze and squeeze and squeeze and squeeze, and then pull back, especially the little toe. Pull it right back inside of your leg, the thigh, give it a rub. Now while you're in the slightly leaning forward position, focus your breath here, right down here. Chin is tucking in, so we create long cervical spine. See if you can push the breath down and out, down and out. Good. And then come up and give your pelvis a nice circle like so. So as we mobilize the hips around, take some nice long breaths. You're dropping the breath down here, and then out, and then up to the clavicles. So not just up here. We want to keep those shoulders dropped down, not allowing them to come up. Good. Let's take the arms out as well, shoulders down still. And then pause. See if you can make it a little bit sexier, a little bit juicier, a little bit lower, a little bit slower. Maybe you can take the arms up. Fabulous. All right, grabbing your strap, whatever you've got. We'll just get a bit more movement around here. So, hang on, I'm going to come back so I'm not cut off. All right, so as wide as it's comfortable for you with your legs. If this doesn't feel good, bring them closer. So there's no rule book, but what I don't want is that. So if you're somebody who tends to turn your toes out too much, don't. They're 45-degree angle at the most. And then just drop down into a comfortable stance so you can feel the weight through your heels still. And then we'll just take arms down, squeeze those muscles between your shoulder blades, chin is tucked back, give yourself a double chin. Down a little bit further, hey? Good. So on a breath out, we're going to push the floor away. Pull your strap between your hands as you come up. Drop down. So imagine you've got big dumbbells on the ends of the strap. You could use a broomstick, actually. So breathing out. Good. So we'll do this a couple of times. Breathing out as if you're blowing out one of those annoying candles on the cakes that don't blow out the first time, that just keep relighting. Good. So this time, slowly come up and then pause and just relax your pelvic floor. So just kind of imagine you're laying an egg, you relax down. See if you can notice it kind of dropping. That's it. And then slowly come down again. I'm going to get you to close your anus here. So imagine you're stopping yourself passing wind. And then breathing out. And then relax your pelvic floor completely. Drop it. Fabulous. So dropping down, close the anus, push the floor away, slide the hands up. Then we're taking that contraction right up through to our core muscles here, and then relax the pelvic floor. So when we're picking up something heavy, or if you were doing some dumbbells, you'd want to be closing the anus, breathing out in order to get that pelvic floor lifting against that 20 pounds of weight of your guts dropping down towards the ground with gravity. So down again, close the anus, push the floor away, breathing out. That's it, relax the pelvic floor, down again. Pushing the floor away, breathing out. Keep that squeezing sensation between the shoulders, Down again. Close and lift. Relax. Down. Close. Breathing out and relax. Drop your hands down and just give yourself a little twist from side to side. And hopefully you can feel that right through that mid-back area. Bend the knees. And then we're just going to floss the shoulders. So arms up, drop down, maybe bend over to one side so you kind of look a little bit like you're doing disco move. And then up and over, disco move to the other side. Getting here into that stretch. That's it. And up and over. Disco feet, disco move, and up and over. Beautiful. Beautiful. And then forward, and just pull your arm across slightly. So we're getting now into the top of the shoulder more. And then again, forward. Maybe turning the head over the shoulder. Whew. I always do this. I turn the heating up in this room, and then I get super hot. Okay, so take the hands up, and we're just going to take the whole shoulder girdle around with the hands. You can see the whole of my shoulder girdle mobilizing. If it feels okay on your neck, maybe take your head gently with you. So head and shoulders mobilizing around one direction, and then other directions. Creating space between those ribs. How does that feel on your shoulders? Give them a little loosey-goosey shake